Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about my financial goals for 2022. If this interests you, please stick around and yeah. So, for my first financial goal, I would like to pay off 4 debts. So, there is a little bit of a backstory behind this, and it is that I believe, in my opinion, I have good debt and I also have bad debt. So with this bad debt, it's not at all terrible by any means, as in it doesn't have any crazy interest on it yet. But I believe that someday soon it might. So these 4 debts are for my TV. It is also for my phone, as well as my laptop. And lastly, a Zip Pay card. So these 4 debts, I believe, have the potential to get bad if I let them get bad. So I would really like to pay these off as soon as possible, really. At the moment, I'm doing the minimum payments for the TV because I've got 60 months interest free on that. For my phone, I'm trying to do a little bit more than the minimum payments, and I'd like to get that paid off, obviously, this year. I want everything to be paid off this year, but yeah, my laptop needs to be paid off this year, otherwise it will get interest. And my Zip Pay card, it's just something that I've really struggled to pay. I don't have any interest on it, but I am paying monthly fees on all of these, and I would prefer to try and get it down as much as possible. So for my TV, I'm paying $8.95 a month for having the account open, but again, no interest on it. And then for my phone, I'm also paying $8.95 a month. Don't have any interest on it yet, but that could come in soon. And my laptop, it's got no interest on it either. However, I pay a monthly fee of $6, but I'd like to get this out of the way because this is the first thing that got me into debt. And then this one here, I mean, honestly, I'm going to focus on it once I get all my debts paid. So this one is a monthly fee of $7.95, and I've got about $2,000 to pay on this one. So once I get these out of the way, I'm going to go for my Zip Pay card, pay that off. Yeah. Now, I do actually have other debt other than this. However, I consider this debt to be not so great, whereas the debt, the other debt that I have, I believe is quite good debt, in the fact that I have a degree because of this debt. So yeah, I've got HEX debt as well. I am putting money towards that. However, I think because it's HEX debt, I'm quite lucky in the fact that it can kind of come off in tax time. So I am saving for it, of course, but I believe that this is good debt. Sorry, this is bad debt. my HECS debt, which is for my degree, is a good debt. And I also am paying another education debt that should be paid off by the end of this year. Again, I believe that to be good debt because, yeah, I'm learning something out of it, and I'm going places with that. So this is all just material stuff. Yeah, it's not sensible. They're not sensible debts. Whereas a university degree debt is sensible, I think, for the most part. I don't know. So my second goal is, once I pay off my bad debt, I would like to pay myself 10% of my income. So for me, I would like to just put this in savings. You know how with jobs we get paid, and you're like, yay, I got paid, but do we ever really pay ourselves? So yeah, I would like to start paying myself 10% of my income, which will just go into savings. That would be, yeah, that's definitely a goal. And it's a goal, it's an idea that I got from Baddies and Budgets, but I think it's a really good idea. And once I have paid this bad debt off, I should be able to pay myself 10% of my income into savings. My third goal is to build my emergency fund to $2,000. Now, the reason I have chosen $2,000 is because I believe that most of my things are replaceable with $2,000. So if, for instance, a window breaks, or we need to pay for something out of the blue, I believe that $2,000 should be enough for us. And the reason I think $2,000 is enough is because we are renting at the moment. We don't own our house. The only things we own are what is in our house, and quite a lot of our stuff is materialistic. So my fridge broke, or we needed to get a new dishwasher or a new TV, at least we would have those funds there to use, rather than going back into debt like I did up here. So out of all of these debts that I've got up here, none of them are necessary. However, if I were to scale them as to what was important and what wasn't important, I would say it would be, I think my TV definitely needed to be replaced. We had half our screen working and the other half not. So whilst I do consider this a bad debt, it's also like, we've got 60 months to pay it off. However, I do want to pay it off this year. So yeah. With my phone, I mean, I feel like it was kind of necessary, but yeah, it wasn't completely necessary to go into $1,600 worth of debt. I could have gotten a cheap phone instead, and I would have been okay. My laptop, this laptop was not something that I necessarily needed. My old laptop was starting to play up, but it wasn't playing up so much to the point where I was like, right, that's it, I need to get a new laptop. And ZipPay card, honestly, this has just been treated like a credit card. And so, yes, the fees per month is $7.95, I think, but it's never gonna have any interest, whereas all of these will eventually if I don't pay them properly. So yeah, that will be my last plan of action. So I really do think it's like, yeah, 1, 2, 3, like these in order. I mean, this we kind of you know, we need to live as well. So yeah, if I were to order them in like how necessary they were, absolutely 1, 2, 3, and then 4, like this is just completely not necessary at all. But it's also the least of my worries. The most of my worries, to be honest, is probably my laptop or my phone. And then the TV, because as I said, like 60 months interest free there. So yeah, that doesn't mean though that there aren't account fees on it. So yeah, so I think $2,000 would help us with almost anything that we needed. However, yeah, we do rent. We don't own our house. So yeah. And then my fourth goal is to slowly build 1 month ahead. So I would like to, I'm not really sure what I'd like to do. I'd either like to build 1 month ahead in bills, or I would like to build 1 month ahead in income. Now, if it was income, obviously that's quite a bit more than my monthly bills. But I guess we'll see. We'll figure it out as we go along. I think my 1 month ahead in bills would be around, well, I actually have no idea. So working that out would be good. But I know that 1 month ahead in income would probably be in between about $4,000 and $5,000. So that's a big goal of mine. But we'll see how we go. Fingers crossed everything kind of starts going to plan. Now, my fifth goal and my last true financial goal is to teach my partner how to budget. So with this one here, I feel like I'm already doing it. However, I want to truly teach him how to budget the way I'm budgeting. This week, thank goodness, is our last week on it's not our last week. Next week will be our last paycheck on just my paycheck. And if you're wondering why, my partner, his job made him quite unwell. So he is going to return to a previous job before that last job. And I'm so happy because he's in such a better mindset and he's doing so much better now. So my next paycheck will be the last paycheck where I have to budget for everything, where I have to pay for his bills as well as his part of the rent, as well as, lots of other things. But yeah, so what I want to do is I'm already doing it, as I said, but I would really like to teach him how to budget the way I've been budgeting myself these past few months. Now, I by no means am that experienced. I've just been watching a lot of YouTube and a lot of cash stuffers, and I've learnt a lot from their tactics and the way that they budget for things. And in my next video, you'll see that I actually had a little bit of a fail when it came to my sinking funds. I'm going to have to start over. So, and the reason being is because we are on one income, and it was getting harder and harder for me to feel like I had a safe buffer in my account. So I put all that money into my account, bar a few different things. But yeah, so I think that teaching him this way and showing him this way, and I've already showed him over the last few months about like how well I've done with budgeting until he left his job. I've shown him how I've been able to save money. Previously, ever since we've lived together, we've been really, really not well off. In fact, I would say quite very paycheck to paycheck. We really don't have a whole lot of money at all. So teaching him how to budget the way I've been taught how to budget by all of these lovely YouTube budgeters. So yeah, I think that's really important, and I think we'll be able to do it because he's already seen how much I've been able to save, just, you know, obviously off camera, but he's been able to see how much I've been able to save. So it will be good that when he has his own income, which again, only like 2.5 weeks away for his first paycheck, but yeah, I'm just so excited. So excited to be able to teach him how I've done it and how he could do it as well. So we'll see. But yeah, so those are my financial goals for 2022. Now, I will just say here, at the moment, it is January, and I have actually decided to do a no spend January. So that, to me, obviously doesn't mean don't pay any bills, because I'm absolutely going to stay on top of my bills and my debt. However, I am trying my best not to spend any money that is not necessary. So I have cut out eating out, and I haven't got a personal spending budget at all. I'm only getting food, groceries, bills, the things that we need for the month of January. So fingers crossed, I will be able to stick to that. Yeah, so wish me luck. So maybe next week I will set up my budget, the last budget where I will be funding everything. I'll set up that budget and we'll see how we go. But yeah, as I said, a no spend January, and that is my goal. Unless it is completely necessary for me to buy, I will try to save as much money as possible. That also being said, this has been triggered from my last month's spending. Somehow, I have no idea how, but I spent in the month of December $6,100. Now, like, saying that out loud just makes me want to like be sick. Like, I cannot believe that I spent that much money. That is insane. It was an odd month. I paid all of my partner's bills as well as my own. It was Christmas and I had to travel for work, so there's so many different things, and I also had really, really big bills come out in December. But yeah, when I sat down and looked at the numbers, I just, like, I could not believe it. I was completely gobsmacked. So yeah, there are many reasons for this no spend January, but we're going strong so far, so that's really good. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave a comment or click subscribe. I am very new to this. I have no idea what I'm doing. So yeah, any feedback would be great. I really appreciate it. Well, I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll see you soon.